You've spent your entire life being told that if you want something, you need to hold on tight, grip harder, chase faster, never let go. But here's what nobody tells you: the tighter you hold, the faster it slips away. Detachment isn't giving up. It's the art of having everything by needing nothing. Think about it. Every time you've desperately wanted something, a relationship, a job, money, validation, what happened? The more you reached for it, the more it eluded you. You stayed up at night thinking about it. You planned, you obsessed, you made it your entire identity, and somehow it never quite materialized the way you imagined. Or if it did, it felt hollow, empty, not what you thought it would be. Now think about the moments when things just came to you, when you weren't looking, when you'd let go of the outcome and started living your life anyway. That's when the text came. That's when the opportunity showed up. That's when you met someone who changed everything. Not when you were desperately seeking, but when you were simply being. This isn't coincidence. This is the law of detachment. And it's one of the most misunderstood principles in all of manifestation, spirituality, and even psychology. Because we've been conditioned to believe that caring means clinging, that wanting something means you have to white-knuckle your way toward it. That if you let go even a little, you're somehow giving up on your dreams. But detachment isn't apathy. It's not indifference. It's not pretending you don't want what you want. Detachment is the quiet confidence that what's meant for you will find you. It's the knowing that you are already whole, already complete, already abundant, whether or not the thing you desire ever shows up. Let's talk about why this matters. Why your attachment might be the very thing blocking your blessings. When you're attached to an outcome, you're operating from lack. You're saying to the universe, to yourself, to your subconscious mind, I am incomplete without this. I'm not enough unless this happens. I need this to be happy, to be worthy, to be okay. And that energy, that desperate, grasping energy, it repels. It pushes away the very thing you're trying to attract. Because attachment is rooted in fear. Fear that you won't get it. Fear that you're not deserving. Fear that this is your only chance. Fear that without it you're nothing. And fear, by its very nature, is a low vibration. It contracts. It closes. It suffocates possibility. Think about the person who's desperate for a relationship. They're on every app. They're analyzing every text. They're reading into every silence. They're molding themselves into whatever they think the other person wants. They're anxious, exhausted, constantly scanning for signs. And what happens? People can feel that desperation. It's palpable. It makes them pull away, because nobody wants to be someone's savior, someone's completion, someone's entire reason for existing. Or think about money. The person who's obsessively worried about it, checking their bank account 5 times a day, panicking over every bill, afraid to spend a single dollar. That fear creates a scarcity loop. They make decisions from desperation, taking jobs they hate, saying yes to things that drain them, never investing in themselves because they're too afraid of loss. And the energy of scarcity just attracts more scarcity. This is the paradox. The thing you want most becomes the thing you push away when you need it too much. So what does detachment look like? It's not cold. It's not distant. It's not pretending you don't care. Detachment is warm. It's open. It's a deep trust in the process of life. It's knowing that you can want something, work towards something, dream about something, and simultaneously be at peace if it doesn't happen exactly as you planned. Imagine holding water in your hands. If you cup your hands gently, the water stays. It pools in your palms. You can see it, feel it, drink from it. But the moment you squeeze, the moment you try to grip it, control it, possess it, it slips through your fingers. It's gone. Detachment is the open hand. It's the gentle cup. It's making space for things to come to you without crushing them with your need. The Buddhists have known this for thousands of years. They teach that attachment is the root of suffering, not desire itself, but the clinging to desire. The belief that your peace depends on external circumstances, the illusion that something outside of you holds the key to your happiness. And when you release that illusion, when you stop outsourcing your worth to outcomes, you become free. The Taoists call it Wu Wei, effortless action. It's not forcing, it's not striving. It's aligning with the natural flow of things, like a river that doesn't struggle to reach the ocean. It just flows. It trusts. It moves with ease because it's not resisting what is. Even modern psychology backs this up. There's a concept called the anxiety of expectation. When you're hyper-focused on a specific outcome, your nervous system is in a constant state of alert. You're always waiting, always watching, always bracing for disappointment. And that chronic stress, it clouds your judgment. It narrows your perception. It makes you miss opportunities that don't fit your rigid script. You're so busy looking for the thing in the exact form you imagined it that you overlook the thing that's actually right in front of you, the thing that might be even better. Detachment allows you to relax, to soften, to expand your awareness, to see possibilities you couldn't see when you were tunnel-visioned on one specific outcome. It opens you up to serendipity, synchronicity, magic. Because you're not forcing life into your narrow plan, you're dancing with it. Here's the shift. Detachment doesn't mean you stop wanting. It doesn't mean you stop working. It doesn't mean you stop dreaming. It means you stop deriving your entire sense of self from whether or not those dreams come true. You stop making your peace conditional on external validation. You can want the relationship and be whole without it. You can desire financial abundance and feel abundant with what you have now. You can dream of success and feel successful in the simple act of showing up and creating every day. This is the energy that attracts. Not the needy, desperate, I'll die without this energy, but the grounded, centered, I'm already complete energy. The energy that says, I want this, but I don't need it to be okay. I'm okay right now. And here's what happens when you embody that. When you detach from the outcome and attach to your own inner state, your own peace, your own alignment, your own joy, you become magnetic. Because people, opportunities, experiences, they're drawn to that energy. They want to be near it. They want to be part of it. It's like the sun. The sun doesn't chase the planets. It doesn't desperately reach out trying to pull them into orbit. It just shines. It radiates, and the planets are drawn to it by the sheer force of its presence. That's detachment. That's the energy of having it all. You shine. You show up fully as yourself. You give your gift to the world, and you trust that what's meant for you will orbit into your life. Think about the most attractive people you know. Not physically attractive, energetically attractive, the ones everyone wants to be around. What is it about them? They're not needy. They're not desperate for approval. They're not trying to prove anything. They're just present, comfortable in their own skin, engaged with life. They enjoy the moment whether or not it leads somewhere. They give without keeping score. They love without suffocating. They dream without demanding. If this message resonates with you, subscribe to the channel and join a community of awakened souls walking the same journey of spiritual alignment. That's detachment, and that's power. Now let's be honest, detachment is hard, especially in a world that glorifies hustle, grind, obsession. We're told that if we're not constantly striving, we're lazy. If we're not worrying, we don't care. If we're not in control, we're failing. But control is an illusion. You can't control outcomes. You can't force timing. You can't manipulate people or circumstances into fitting your plan. The only thing you can control is how you show up, how you respond, how you choose to feel regardless of what's happening around you. So how do you practice detachment? How do you let go without giving up? First, you get clear on what you can control. You can control your effort, your energy, your attitude, your actions. You can control whether you show up with integrity, with presence, with love. You can control your daily practices, the meditation, the journaling, the work, the self-care. You pour your energy into those things, not into obsessing over when and how the results will show up. Second, you reframe the process. You stop seeing the journey as a means to an end and start seeing it as the point. You don't work on your business just to make money. You work on it because you love creating, solving problems, serving. You don't pursue a relationship just to not be alone. You pursue connection because you value intimacy, growth, shared experience. The outcome becomes a bonus, not the reason. Third, you practice surrender. Not the kind of surrender that's passive or defeated, but the kind that's powerful. The surrender that says, I've done my part, I've planted the seeds, I've shown up, now I trust. I trust the timing, I trust the process. I trust that life is working for me, not against me, even when I can't see it yet. And fourth, you cultivate gratitude, because gratitude is the antidote to lack. When you're genuinely grateful for what you already have, your health, your breath, your ability to dream, the people who love you, the lessons you've learned, you shift from scarcity to abundance. And abundance doesn't repel. Abundance attracts more abundance. Here's what this looks like in real life. You apply for the job, you prepare, you do the interview, and then you let it go. You don't check your email every 5 minutes. You don't replay the conversation in your head. You don't make your entire emotional state dependent on whether or not you get it. You trust that if it's meant for you, it'll happen. And if it doesn't, something better is coming. You meet someone you're interested in, you're present, you're authentic, you enjoy the connection, but you don't start planning the wedding after the first date. You don't text them 50 times waiting for a response. You don't mold yourself into who you think they want. You just show up as you, and you let them show up as they are. And if it's a match, it'll unfold naturally. And if it's not, you're okay, because you know your worth isn't tied to whether or not they choose you. You work on your creative project, the book, the art, the business, the vision. You pour your heart into it. You give it everything. But you don't obsess over how many likes, how many views, how much money, how much validation. You create because you're called to create, because it brings you alive. And you trust that the right people will find it, that your work will land where it's meant to land. And even if it doesn't blow up overnight, you keep going, because the process is the reward. This is detachment, this is freedom, this is how you have it all. Because when you're not clinging, not grasping, not desperate, you're free to actually enjoy your life right now. Not someday when the thing happens. Now, today, in this moment. And when you're in that state, when you're present, at peace, aligned, you're a vibrational match for everything you desire. You're not chasing, you're attracting, you're not forcing, you're allowing, you're not struggling, you're flowing. Life stops being a series of battles you have to win and becomes a dance you get to participate in. You stop seeing obstacles as threats and start seeing them as redirections. You stop seeing delays as rejections and start seeing them as divine timing. You stop seeing endings as failures and start seeing them as necessary clearings for new beginnings. You become unshakable, not because nothing affects you, but because your sense of self, your peace, your worth, it's not dependent on anything external. It's rooted in something deeper, something that can't be taken away. Your connection to yourself, your connection to source, your knowing that you are held, guided, loved, no matter what. And from that place, you build a life, not a desperate, grasping, anxious life, but a full, rich, expansive life. A life where you pursue dreams with passion, but without attachment to the outcome. A life where you love deeply but without possession. A life where you create boldly but without needing external validation to feel worthy. A life where you're present, grateful, alive, whether or not the specific thing you want has shown up yet. Because here's the ultimate truth. Having it all doesn't mean getting everything you think you want. It means being at peace, regardless of what shows up. It means feeling abundant even in the waiting. It means trusting so deeply in the process that the outcome becomes secondary to the person you're becoming along the way. Detachment is not the absence of desire. It's the presence of trust. It's not giving up on your dreams. It's surrendering the timeline. It's not pretending you don't care. It's caring so much about your own inner peace that you refuse to sacrifice it for an illusion of control. So let go, not of your dreams, but of the stranglehold you have on them. Let them breathe. Let them unfold. Let them surprise you. Trust that what's meant for you won't miss you. Trust that life is happening for you, not to you. Trust that you are worthy now, not when you achieve the thing, not when you get the validation, not when the external circumstances align. Now, as you are, exactly as you are. And watch what happens when you live from that place. Watch how opportunities find you. Watch how people are drawn to you. Watch how synchronicities multiply. Watch how life starts to feel less like a battle and more like a gift. Because detachment is not the secret to having it all. Detachment is the realization that you already do. That everything you've been searching for, peace, love, abundance, purpose, it's not out there waiting for you to earn it. It's already here. It's already within you. You just have to stop chasing long enough to notice. So breathe, trust, let go, and let life love you the way it's been trying to all along. If this resonated with something in you, if you felt the truth in these words, don't just close the video and move on. Let this be the moment you choose a different way. Subscribe not because you need another channel to follow, but because you're ready to align with a different frequency. One where you remember that you are not broken, not lacking, not behind. You are exactly where you need to be, becoming exactly who you were always meant to become, and that is more than enough. To celebrate your arrival, we've prepared a gift, a guide to help you navigate your inner transitions with clarity and elegance. Alignment, 7 phases of consciousness awakening. Download your copy from the link in the description. The Cipher of Inner Stillness is a poetic journey through the hidden geometry of peace. Blending mystical philosophy, Jungian psychology, and cosmic symbolism, this ebook reveals that silence is not the absence of life, it is its source. Discover this and other codices that transform the way you see the universe through the link in the description.